Here I have an entire steering column from a Honda. This was on my shelf. I'm just doing some cleaning. This is the whole ignition lock tumbler. If you're having electrical issues, you're typically going to be replacing this ignition switch. And there's no security on this thing. It's just a couple Phillips screws, but that doesn't matter. If you take this ignition switch off and turn it from the inside, it's not going to start the car because there's a computer chip programmed to the ECU. And if it doesn't see that computer chip, you're not starting the car. The ECU is not going to work for you. Older cars, maybe you could pop this off and twist it and you'd be driving down the road. But nothing new. Unless maybe you drive a Kia. I've heard something about those. Tell me in the comments if you've heard that too. Them Kia boys running amok. We're not talking about the ignition switch. We're talking about replacing the whole tumbler. And there's security bolts on it. The security bolts are on this side. This does make it a little bit of a hassle to take these bolts off. You can't unscrew them with any kind of sockets or any kind of bits. It's literally snapped off from the factory. So these bolts, you have to get them out with, I typically use a punch. I go like this and I punch it from the side. But let's try pliers. Let's try twin grips. This is a fresh steering column. I haven't attempted anything with this column yet. I'm gonna use my baby twin grips. We're gonna adjust them all the way open. Maybe. No, I can't really get onto it. We'll try anyway. No. It's just slipping off to the side. Not enough to grab onto. So let's go back to the center punch method that I've always used before. Might want to sharpen it up before you do this. And then just get right in there into the side and knock it loose. Try to get a good view for you on the camera. Just like this. Let's get a bigger hammer. That's usually always the answer. All right. There we are. Works every time, 98% of the time. If you have trouble getting it started, you can start straight up and down first. Then you can move to the side. That's what locks your steering column. Maybe that lock is the sole reason why they put those security bolts on. You tell me.